Welcome back, everyone. It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. It's been a while since I played Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's been about a couple of months, and in those 2 months, there seems to be a lot of updates that came in for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And one of the updates that Asobo has worked on is the detail of the cities in the United States and also Latin America, like Brazil, Buenos Aires. But in America here, they have detailed few cities like Denver, Houston, Dallas, San Francisco. So right now, I'm currently in Denver, Colorado to see what's different. So I'm flying to downtown Denver. I just want to see the detail and how the detail is on this new latest update. And this is being recorded in 4K. Even this microphone, it's recorded in 4K, so you guys will be getting a 4K version of this. I am recording this in Xbox Series X 4K version, just so everybody understands that I'm on a Xbox Series X. Okay, I don't want you to think that I'm using a PC. Okay, it's an Xbox. Okay, and so far looks good. I'm gonna try to fly as low as I can so I can see the detail a little bit better. And I'm using this trajectory just to show me where the downtown is. Okay, I see it. I see the downtown. It's right there. So I'm going to fly very low just so we can explore the detail together. Okay, both you and me, for those of you who are watching this, wherever you are. So far, it looks pretty detailed, I have to say. Looks pretty impressive. Look, I said this a few months ago. With Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, it will take time, just like it did with the original Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. It'll take a while for them to update all of this. The only difference now is everything is updated on the cloud, so you don't have to worry about your storage space on your console or on your PC. Everything is going to be stored on the cloud. But the downside to that is that you have to render all of that stuff from the cloud to show up here on the scenery. So all this detailed scenery, sure, looks great if your connection is good with the server and you're able to render all of this. Depending on what type of connection do you have. I mean, this is something that people need to understand. If you're going to be thinking about playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, you really have to think about a dedicated internet, like fiber. I think fiber would be the best because the fiber is a dedicated internet versus cable, coaxial cable. It's a shared internet. A lot of people ask me, well, what does that mean? What is the difference between a shared connection and dedicated connection? Well, with a shared connection, you are sharing it with other people in your area from that line that goes into that box. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to have a lot of loss of internet connection. You're not going to get that 900 megabits. You're going to get maybe 400 to 300 megabits because you're sharing that connection with others in that area. Okay? And this is why you always have issues. A lot of people who have Xfinity have been complaining I am paying for 900 megabits, but when I look at it, I only get like 400 on a good day, and on a bad day, maybe 300. Well, that's because you are on a shared network versus dedicated network. Dedicated network is the fiber. That means if you get 1 gig, that's dedicated 1 gig through fiber. That is yours. You're not sharing it with anybody. It's just you in your household or in your apartment, wherever you are. So it's something to consider when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator. You are going to need that good internet connection to take the advantage of this detail. You see, right now I'm on a shared network. I'm on Xfinity. So for me, I might not have that great detail as I'm approaching city of Denver to have it rendered, right? You see, it's trying to render, but because I don't have that consistency on a connection, it's not going to be rendered as quick as fast as, let's say, for those of you who have a 1 gig fiber, or let's say you got a 5 gig, I don't know, or let's say 2 gig fiber, right? Or 3 gig fiber, well, or 7 gig fiber, then you're going to have such a great experience. But yeah, I do see the detail. Let's slow down. There certainly is a detail here of Denver. But then again, keep in mind, it will depend on your internet. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Because the Flight Simulator 2024, it is mainly focused on rendering everything from the server. It doesn't really matter how powerful your PC is and what kind of GPU you have. That only matters to the X-plane, if you're running an X-plane. On a Microsoft Flight Simulator, this is all going to be dependent on the internet. And I don't know if this was a good decision, to be honest, because let's be fair. How many people have access to fiber? Not many. Believe me, I know. I have I have checked. Especially if you live in like rural areas, if you live like in small towns, right, or suburbs. If you live like in metro areas like this, then sure, yeah, you'll definitely have a fiber. So not many people have fiber, believe me. Majority of people are stuck with monopoly of Comcast, cable, Xfinity, so they really have no choice. Alright, so what I'm trying to say here on this video is, yes, Asobo has updated the city of Denver, but the issue is my internet. I cannot appreciate what they have updated because it cannot render as fast all the detailed textures. It's really having a difficult time to render all the detailed textures. Okay, it is trying, and I can see that it's detailed. I can see that it looks better, but it's still having a difficult time trying to render. See, it comes and goes, it comes and goes, and I know that this is a more detailed version. I get it, I understand, but what's the point if my internet cannot handle it? So I still cannot appreciate the detail that Asobo is trying to bring here. I personally think it was a mistake to render all of this from the cloud. They should have let the console, the GPU, CPU render all of this. Especially on a PC, right? If you got PC, like, you should let PC render all of this and handle all of this. Like I said, I do see the differences here on this new update, okay? And it looks better, but I cannot appreciate what they have achieved because my internet is just not as good. Because I'm on a shared connection, and being on a shared connection, you're not getting that dedicated speed. You're getting a not stable internet speed, a speed that fluctuates. And every time you get an internet speed that fluctuates, that's not good. You're always going to have issues with your internet. There's going to be a buffer spinning around on your Netflix. There's going to be all sorts of different issues that you will encounter, latency, playing Call of Duty, etc., etc. Especially for this game, where you are totally dependent on that internet to render. Now, again, this looks great. I can see that they have updated the city, the Denver, certainly looks better. But then again, in my case, I cannot appreciate 100% of what they have achieved here is because, you see, my my shared connection internet, which is Xfinity coaxial cable, it's fluctuating, so I cannot really appreciate that consistency to see all that detail. So it'll all depend on your internet connection. Some of you will be able to appreciate this detail. If you're on a fiber, then yeah, if you got even a 500 gig, 500 megabits. I wish I had a 500 gig. If you're on even on a 500 megabit dedicated 500 megabit, you should be all right. But if you got a 1 gig, honestly, 1 gig fiber, and I know some of you have a 3 gig fiber, with a 3 gig fiber dedicated internet, man, you're rocking and rolling. You will enjoy Microsoft Flight Simulator. You will enjoy this. You certainly will. Did I just say 500 gigabit? Maybe in the future. I know we're laughing right now, but you know, some 500 gigabit in the future, like 50 years from now, that's gonna be like a bare minimum you're gonna need. Because everything's already running on. Imagine 50 years from now or 100 years from now, how much rendering you're going to need, man, for everything. Alright, so anyway, I don't want to butcher this video any longer than it needs to be. Like I said, I'm on a shared network, so for me, I'm on Xfinity. You know, my internet is not that good. I can't really appreciate the detail, but for some of you who have 1 gig fiber or 2 gig fiber or even a 500 megabits per second fiber, for those of you with a 500 megabits per second fiber, even with that, you should be able to appreciate this. But I would prefer that you use 1 gig fiber, because 1 gig fiber, you will be able to render all of this an instant. With a 3 gig, oh yeah, you're not going to even notice the difference. It's just going to be already rendered, ready to go. So I don't want to butcher this video any longer than it needs to be. I'm just trying to explain to you guys a couple of things here. Like, this is something even I learned about the internet and the difference between, you know, the dedicated fiber and... Is this Broncos Stadium? No, this is a baseball stadium. Broncos Stadium's over there, I think. So I'm just trying to, like, explain to you the differences between fiber, dedicated fiber versus shared Xfinity internet. And that's what I have. I have shared Xfinity internet, as you can see. Yeah, there's detail there, but it's having a hard time to render it. There's Denver Broncos Stadium, but I cannot appreciate that detail because of my internet. Now, for those of you who have 1 gig fiber, 2 gig, or even 500 megabits per second, I think you will be able to appreciate it. But I do see that there is a difference. I do see the detail. But again, the issue with the Asobo and the issue with this game and the issue that this game it's always going to have, and I hate to repeat myself like a broken record before I end this video, the issue that this game it's always going to have, it's that internet. It's always going to be an issue. Because not everyone has a stable internet. Some people live in rural areas. Some people live in monopoly of Xfinity. And they don't have a fiber. They don't have Frontier. They don't have, Charter, Spectrum. So they're kind of stuck with Xfinity, right? Some of them, they even have to use the Viasat. They have to use the satellite internet, right? Like a HughesNet or satellite, which is same thing, HughesNet or Viasat. Some of them have a T-Mobile internet, but again, it's T-Mobile. It's not the greatest. All right, well, there you have it, guys. I hope this was informative and educational to explain to you. Yes, there is detail. I see it, but the issue is I personally, for myself, cannot experience that detail. You who have a fiber, like a 2 gig fiber, 1 gig fiber, I think you will most certainly appreciate the detail. And again, before I leave, before I go, this is always going to be that elephant in the room when it comes to this game. That someone needs to understand this is the issue that it's always going to have a problem with this game. This is that stain that will never go away. I could come back next year and there's still going to be a stain on this game, and that stain is you're constantly dependent on the cloud and rendering from the cloud, or depending on your internet, right? So that's one of the biggest elephants in the room about this game. I hope this helps you out, gives you some information, so you have a better understanding of what's required for you to appreciate this game. Like I said, it doesn't matter that they have updated this game. I cannot appreciate that update because I'm on a shared network. I'm on Xfinity. For those of you who have a 1 gig fiber dedicated internet network, you will be able to appreciate this. So it'll depend on what type of internet you have. Okay? Alright, well there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Happy Sunday.